Hi everybody, I'm back with Love by Carrie. I forgot to show you how we're going to split up the offset. So I'm back to show you. Okay, so these are all the pieces that we're going to print out with your registration marks and whatnot. Okay, so now I need to make this a full 12 by 12. So let's change my paper size back to an automatic. Okay. And what we're going to do is probably, since I'm only making him 12 by 12, the only place I'd have to really cut is right here along his bat and possibly his ear. So let's see if we could work it this way. Come on, we got to get you in there all the way. Alright, you know what? We're going to do it like this. I'm going to cut across here. And I'm going to show you how to go about doing this. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit, just so you can see the line where I cut and how I fix it to make sure. What happens is when we use the knife and we cut the paper, the knife tool on Silhouette is probably about an 1/18 of an inch off. So with that said, when you go and you try to puzzle piece these pieces back together, they're not going to be exact. So what I do is once I cut it, I click on one of the pieces with the nodes and I just extend it slightly, and I'm probably confusing you, so let me just show you. Okay, so let's zoom in just a little bit more right there. And we could close that because we won't need it, and center that. Okay. We're going to deselect the shadow or the offset. I'm going to grab the knife tool and we're going to have it on outline. Okay. And I am going to draw a straight line underneath the registration mark. Well, we don't need registration marks when we're going to be cutting. So let's try this again. I'm making no sense whatsoever for you. Let's get rid of the registration marks. Okay. So now I can make this line just a little bit below the red line. The red line around here indicates where the silhouette will stop cutting. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a line straight across. And if you notice on the left-hand side of the line where I started, you have two arrows facing in. Once those arrows disappear, you know you have a straight line. So let's see, they disappeared. Straight line. I'm going to release, and now you could see, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more, that there's a space in between. So if we went and we tried to now put these two pieces together, they're not going to be exact. See how it's coming off the edge over here? Okay, so let me go back. Alright, so we got them like that. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so you could see. And I'm going to double click on the larger piece. And you could see the nodes right here and right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend it evenly so that the line in between disappears on that side and on this side. If you go too far, it's not going to look right. So you just want to do a little just to get rid of that line. I'm going to go back a little bit because I overdid it. Okay, there you go. Alright, now they're basically even. And now you have your two pieces. So I'm going to zoom out. Okay, and you have two pieces. So let's see if we could get, even though it's 12 by 12, let's see if we could get this all on one sheet of paper. Probably not. But let's try. That doesn't work over there. Let's see if I turn it this way. Sometimes I can manipulate the pieces to fit. And I might be able to. Let's see how close that is. Let's zoom in. And it's touching. Zoom out. Oops. Undo. Remember, I forgot to deselect. Just going to move this over a smidge. And let's see if I can move it over a smidge on the... Oh, I could definitely move it over. Okay. And over. And guess what? We're able to... See, that's not going to be near there. It'll be able to cut. And that's not touching. And this isn't touching the red line, so we're good to go. So that's how you would cut them out. Now, also another thing that I do is and if you've watched any of my other previous videos, I make a rectangle. And I usually make it about 1/4 of an inch wide. Okay, so, but let's just make sure. I got it at 0.39, but I want this, flock it. I want this to be 1/4 of an inch, so 0.25 is 1/4. And now we have it as 1/4 of an inch. Nope, didn't do it. 2.5, enter. And there you go. So now this is 1/4 of an inch, and this is about 6 inches. Okay, and we're going to color that in black so you know that that is your piece that you're going to use to attach your pieces together. And that's how you do it. So after you put your paper through the Cricut and it cuts, you're going to bring this out, and then you'll take your bat part and line that up. When you have your papers, you're going to line that up. You're going to take your ATG gun. You're going to put tape on the back of this, and you're going to put it on here so it'll attach as a like a piece of tape, but it'll wind up in the back, and you'll never see this line because you're going to put your print and cut pieces over it. And here's your print and cut piece for your hands, like that. And this goes over the line. And then when you put your bat, you'll cover the other part of the line. So there you go. You've got your print and cut, and also you'll have a back piece that will be more sturdy if you're going to make this a centerpiece. If you're going to make this a centerpiece and you want it done on both sides, you're going to have to do print and cut 2 hands, one this way, and then duplicate it and hit this one and make it horizontal, because you need to have one on one side and one on the other side that's going to mirror each other. You're also going to do the same for these. You'll duplicate these and do a horizontal. I hope that makes a lot of sense to you, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Have a wonderful day.